There's a lot going on in Martinsburg to enhance the downtown area. And this is really a nice thing to see because Martinsburg is steeped in history. So it'd be a real shame to let those historic sites all around the downtown area go by the wayside when they could add so much to the quality and economic life of the city. So it's well worth the investment to restore those old buildings along with the story they have to tell. This video is about some of the projects that are in the works here in Martinsburg that are improving the quality of life and boosting property values. And by the way, my husband and I are realtors here. So if you need any help in that department, be sure to contact us. I put our contact information in the description below. So first thing is the work happening at one of the most interesting sites in town, the buildings at the Martinsburg train station, which date back to the 1800s. The roundhouse is a huge building that was used to turn trains around. It was destroyed during the Civil War and then rebuilt shortly after the war ended by the B&O Railroad. It has fallen into disrepair over the years, but there's plans underway for some improvements, new HVAC and insulation to make it, more comfortable in there. It needs it. It's an old building. The plan is to promote events in there, farmers markets, retail shops, even some space for permanent tenants. During the Civil War, that train station changed sites 40 times between the North and South. So, given all that conflict, no wonder it's been called one of the most haunted places in the area. There's some ghost tours scheduled there this October, sponsored by Haunted History and Legends Tours of Martinsburg. So you might want to check that out. Another really nice plan is to create 2 walking, hiking, biking trails that originate from the grounds at the train station. There are plans to build a park there from which the Frog Hollow Trail and Creekside Trail will originate. The Frog Hollow Trail will head south from the train station. It'll hook up with the Route 9 bike trail. The Creekside Trail will head north along Tuscarora Creek to Oatsdale Park. There's plans to create areas along there for public access to the creek, things like benches, picnic areas. Another thing the planning department is talking about is to make Lake Thomas a part of the park system, so it'll be open to the public. That's a small lake west of town. It was a quarry, and for years it's been a restricted area, fenced in with lock and key. It's near my home, so I walk by there sometimes. It's a beautiful little lake. There's rock formations and cliffs in there. There's also renovations going on of some public buildings and improvements to sidewalks and roads, which is really nice to see because in years past things have gotten kind of run down. But Martinsburg is starting to look good. You can see these future projects as well as what's being planned in Martinsburg on the website, Martinsburg website. I'll put a link to that in the description below. There's renovation also going on by private companies. The Interwoven Mills on King Street is under construction. That's the huge group of warehouse buildings that were used in the late 1800s, early 1900s as a maker of men's hosiery and other clothing. After it closed down, it fell into pretty bad disrepair. A Virginia company recently purchased the property, planned to create spaces for shops, restaurants, apartments. Just down the street from the Interwoven Mills project, there's going to be a new food hall, the Garage on King. It's on the corner of Raleigh and King, where Dun Cyber Appliances used to be. Plans are to create space for several food vendors. That should be open spring 2023. Here's another thing, and this is a small thing, but it should help with parking meters, which is kind of a pain when you go in town. Now you can pay the meter from an app on your phone. So if you don't carry around change like me, you can avoid getting a ticket. It'll make visiting downtown a little easier. I'll also put a link for that in the description below so you can download it on your phone. One of the reasons so many improvements are happening is because of a volunteer organization here, Main Street, Martinsburg. They are very active in promoting the downtown area. They sponsor events held downtown, things like concerts every Friday night during the summer, street fairs. There's a food truck festival coming up on October 22nd, so you can stroll down Main Street and try all that. Main Street Martinsburg has a website with all the upcoming events, and I'll have a link below so you can visit that website. If you are looking for volunteer opportunities, check them out. They are a group of mostly volunteers. So this is all good stuff, making downtown Martinsburg an interesting place to spend some time, and a big boost to property values. A strong downtown area is the glue that holds the community together, so it doesn't become a big sprawling area of disconnected suburbs. Small towns give a sense of community to the people that live there, and that's one of the things that make the Eastern Panhandle a very desirable place to live. There's several interesting small towns in the Eastern Panhandle, and the video to the right describes each of them, where they are, what they have to offer. And I thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Have a great week. Bye.